You probably know about meerkats from The Lion King, right? Timon is our favorite meerkat buddy. Remember when Simba was down in the dumps? Timon and Pumbaa stepped in, sharing their life motto, Hakuna Matata. No worries, everything will be fine. That laid-back mindset helped Simba turn things around, and the rest is Lion King legend. Thanks to that, Timon and Pumbaa became famous, bringing the meerkat some well-deserved attention. But hey, Timon isn't the only cool meerkat out there. In the real world, meerkats also have a good reputation. First off, they're just adorable. Big eyes with those little dark rings, plus those tiny half-moon ears. They're cheeky, cute, and charming. Even better, meerkats are total team players. They live in close groups, always helping and looking out for each other, giving off warm, friendly vibes. But here's the twist. Meerkats have also played the bad guy role sometimes, making a few folks dislike them. So today, as we dive into the world of meerkats, we'll keep it real. Beyond all the cute stuff, they've got a few darker sides worth learning about. So in this video, let's dig into the epic stories of the meerkat. If we take a look at the evolutionary tree of the mongoose family, it's funny to see that almost every species goes by the name mongoose, and most of them are seriously tough. Some can even take on cobras solo. These guys are no joke, and we'll get into their stories later. But then there's the meerkat, the oddball of the family. It doesn't go by mongoose, but has its own name, suricata, and evolutionarily speaking, it's pretty distant from the rest of the gang. So, where exactly do these meerkats live? They call southern Africa home, mostly in the Kalahari Desert. It's an extreme place with crazy temperature swings between day and night. Even though they live in burrows, it still gets super chilly at night. That's why meerkats have this fun little tradition, a family sunbathing session. Meerkats have pretty sparse fur on their bellies, revealing a layer of dark skin underneath that helps them soak up heat better. Every morning, as soon as they pop out of the burrow, they line up in formation, face the sun, and bask. They look like they're taking part in some morning ritual. They just stand there, doing absolutely nothing until they're nice and warmed up, and then they get on with their day. Once they're all toasty, it's breakfast time. Meerkats are on the small side of the mongoose family, with an adult coming in at around 30 centimeters long and weighing just 700 grams, about as light as a soda bottle. So, big game hunting is out of the question. They mostly go after tiny critters, especially insects. Sure, the Lion King shows them feasting on bugs, but finding insects isn't quite as easy as Timon makes it look. Each meerkat family stakes out its own turf, usually around 5 square kilometers. Protecting this territory is a big deal because it means there's enough food for everyone. Without their own land, the whole family risks going hungry. So it's pretty common to see clashes between meerkat clans over territory. When they face off, they stand their tails straight up, arch their backs, and charge at each other with fearless enthusiasm. Some even break into a sort of battle dance, supposedly to hype themselves up and intimidate the rival team. But these battles aren't just for show, they get intense. A 2016 study found that about 19% of meerkat deaths are due to violence between their own kind, the highest among mammals. So meerkats really have to risk a lot to guard their turf and keep food on the table. To make the most of their territory, they divide it into different zones, each with its own set of burrows. They rotate through these areas regularly, giving each patch a chance to recover and letting prey populations bounce back. It's actually a pretty clever strategy. When it comes to hunting, a meerkat's favorite snacks are usually buried deep underground. To dig them up, meerkats rely on their experience and sharp sense of smell. Once they sniff out a target, they get digging, a skill they've totally mastered. With their sharp, strong claws, they can dig through dirt and snatch up their prey in no time. Their top choice? Scorpions. Just like the fearless honey badger, meerkats are skilled scorpion hunters. They're immune to scorpion venom, so a few stings don't even faze them. Their quick reflexes let them mess around with the scorpion, tiring it out and draining its venom, and then they give it a good whack to stun it. Once it's weakened, the meerkat quickly bites off the venomous tail, keeping the meal safe and sting-free. Besides scorpions, meerkats hunt all sorts of other insects like beetles, grasshoppers, centipedes, spiders, and termites. These critters are soft, boneless, easy to eat, and packed with nutrients, making them ideal snacks. Occasionally, meerkats like to mix it up by going after small lizards or frogs, a crunchy, bony change of taste. As skilled hunters, meerkats still have to watch their backs because they're also prime targets for many predators. Being small, non-venomous, and, well, bite-sized, they're pretty much the perfect snack for hunters from above and on the ground. That's why to dig around for bugs in peace, meerkats developed their most famous behavior: a guard system. Meerkat lookout duty has become their iconic trait. The classic image everyone remembers is of a meerkat standing upright, scanning the area. Fun fact, in 2016, South Africa launched a new radio telescope called the Meerkat, hoping it would help us keep an eye on the universe and maybe even spot extraterrestrial life, much like meerkats keeping a constant lookout for danger. But when meerkats look to the sky, they're not searching for aliens. They're keeping an eye out for aerial enemies, especially martial eagles, their number one nemesis. These eagles have wingspans over 2 meters and deadly sharp talons. They dive at lightning speed, so if a meerkat hesitates for even a second, it could end up as an eagle's lunch. When the lookout meerkat spots an eagle, it sends out an alarm so the whole mob can dive for cover. Of course, it's not just the skies they have to worry about. Danger lurks on the ground too. Even though meerkats are distantly related to cats, certain wild felines like feral cats or black-footed cats have no problem hunting meerkats when they can't catch a rabbit or a mouse. And some members of the dog family, like jackals and African wild dogs, also see meerkats as a tasty target. To dodge all these threats, meerkat lookouts often find the highest spot around. Sometimes they climb sand dunes, dry branches, or rocky ledges. And then you've got the extra brave ones who will climb right up to the treetops, taking on the danger just to get the best view and keep the whole family safe. Talk about dedication. And then there's their unique communication. Meerkats have over 30 different sounds to talk to each other. For example, when they send out a warning, they can distinguish whether the threat is from the sky or the ground, and even signal the level of danger, whether it's time to run or just keep an eye on things. Some alarm calls don't mean run for it, but instead mean group up, like when they spot a snake. Take a cobra encounter, for instance. Meerkats can't just dash into their burrows because a snake can slither right in after them. So instead, they circle the snake, annoying it until it can't strike effectively. While they don't have the snake-busting skills of some other mongooses, who treat snakes like snack food, their quick reflexes can frustrate the cobra enough to make it leave. The meerkat's lookout behavior is teamwork at its best. They take turns keeping watch, which makes it easier for the whole gang to hunt. But the best example of meerkat teamwork isn't just in guarding, it's in caring for their young. It's a real display of team spirit. A meerkat mob can get as big as 50 members, but not everyone in the mob gets a chance to have babies. Around 80% of the pups are born to the group's queen. She usually picks a mate, often an outsider, and these two basically run the family's baby-making business. In theory, this power couple can breed year-round, producing 3 to 4 litters annually, with each litter having between 2 to 7 pups. With such a high baby output, the queen can't handle all the child rearing herself, so it becomes a community effort. Other members pitch in to protect, care for, and raise the pups. These babysitters are usually siblings, aunts, and uncles, so they're all family, and pretty close-knit. Each pup has its own dedicated babysitter. When the queen leads the gang out hunting, the babysitters stay back and look after the little ones. It's a well-organized system, and when the pups start to get older and need to learn hunting skills, their babysitters double as teachers, teaching them the tricks of the trade. Scientists even found that meerkat teachers follow a very structured, step-by-step approach to training. Pretty impressive for such tiny teachers. When teaching scorpion hunting, a crucial but dangerous skill for young meerkats, the teacher usually follows a three-step process. First, the teacher catches a scorpion, kills it, and then tosses the dead scorpion to the young meerkats so they can get used to its shape and structure, and get a nice meal. Step 2, the teacher catches a live scorpion but snips off its stinger first before giving it to the young meerkat. This way, the young meerkat learns how to handle it without any real danger. Finally, once they've had practice, they get to try their skills on a fully armed live scorpion. Thanks to the previous lessons, they're usually able to hunt, dodge, and disable their prey like pros. Meerkat parenting is considered pretty unique in the animal kingdom. It's almost like humans hiring teachers for their kids. On the bright side, it shows how organized meerkats are, with a strong sense of teamwork and community. But scientists have uncovered a little-known fact about the queen meerkat's darker side when looking deeper into this setup. Cambridge zoologist Professor Tim Clutton Brock studied meerkats in the Kalahari Desert for 30 years. During one observation, he discovered that the queen's eldest daughter had given birth to 3 pups, but before they even got a chance to leave the den, the queen went in and killed all 3 of them. This ruthless behavior explains why 80% of the pups in a group are born to the queen. Other meerkats are, quite literally, too scared to have their own. Much like hyenas, meerkat society is matriarchal, but the difference here is the queen's intense grip on reproductive rights. Even though there's a pecking order in meerkat society, not everyone gets breeding rights. Unlike hyenas, where every female has a chance to have babies, the meerkat hierarchy is way tougher. Only the queen has breeding privileges, and other females are strictly banned from reproducing. If any female can't resist the charm of an outsider male and sneaks off to mate, even getting pregnant, she's almost guaranteed to be attacked and kicked out by the queen. And if she manages to give birth in secret, her pups are likely to meet an unfortunate end, courtesy of the queen. This ruthless side is what makes the meerkat queen truly intimidating. So why is the meerkat queen so aggressive? It's pretty similar to what we see in hyenas. A 2012 Duke University study found that the queen meerkat's testosterone levels are significantly higher than the others, especially late in her pregnancy. This is when her testosterone peaks and her aggression hits the roof. She'll often attack and chase off other females in the group, especially her grown daughters who could get pregnant. Even if they haven't done anything wrong, they're at risk of being exiled. Luckily, this testosterone surge only kicks in at the end of her pregnancy, thus preventing the masculinization of female offspring, a trait observed in hyenas. For a typical female meerkat, there are only 3 ways to leave a legacy. Option 1. After being kicked out of the group, she might meet a wandering male and start a new mob. If she survives, she has a shot at holding her ground in the new group. Option 2. While the queen has around 80% of the pups, the remaining 20% could be from other females she decides to spare. This usually happens during the rainy season when food is plentiful, and the queen might show mercy, letting other females' pups live. And finally, option 3, the dream scenario. She becomes the queen. When the current queen dies, the biggest daughter in the mob usually takes over. So, who's the largest and heaviest among the sisters suddenly becomes a big deal. In a funny study from 2016, researchers at Cambridge University followed a pair of sisters in a wild meerkat group. These 2 were the top contenders for the future queen role. The researchers secretly gave extra food to the younger sister, sneaking her a boiled egg each day to boost her growth. She started growing faster and gaining noticeable weight. But here's the kicker. Even without the extra food, the older sister also started bulking up, staying just a bit heavier than her sister. Turns out, the older sister sensed the competition and put in extra hours foraging to keep her advantage. It's like a royal drama in the animal kingdom. Fascinating. Some of you might wonder, why does the older sister need to worry about her younger sibling so much? Why not just eat all she wants and gain weight as quickly as possible? Well, in reality, packing on the pounds isn't always a good thing. If she bulks up too fast, she might get kicked out of the mob before the queen even passes away. Plus, spending too much time eating out in the open increases her chances of becoming a predator's next snack. And let's not forget that excessive weight gain can impact agility and overall health. So here's a takeaway for all of us. Let's keep an eye on our eating habits and not go overboard to the point it affects our health. Thanks for watching till the end. See you in the next video.